constantly think back to school days when I did play with Maddie, and we made the Sacred Heart, oh not the Sacred, but the statewide Open Knockout Grand Final, and because of his recent, I think it was the first first knee reconstruction that he had, couldn't play, but he came along anyway. We managed to get up just enough so that Maddie could walk on the court, and then we thought, oh yeah, we'll just get him the ball, let him have a stab. Shot it in true Matthew Clarke fashion, which was probably, I think, maybe only a metre out from the opponent's three-point line, bombed it up and it went in. And I can distinctly remember everyone on the team, myself included, running over to jump on him, only for him to like scream out in pain because he just had a knee reconstruction. But, you know, celebrating all at the same time. It was just showed what massive heart he had and the sort of team.
I love Maddie's 3 or 4 foot out from the three-point line, just pushing it up there. Little 5'4" nugget. A long bomb.
A couple of massive ones. A couple of standouts for me were a massive win against Forestville, who were stacked with Paul Rees, Hero, and a heap of quality guards. And to knock them off, I think it was in the last minor round game of the season at North Vale in front of the home crowd. It was unbelievable. A couple of years prior to that, there was a massive game against Norwood Flames, where we got over the line again. They were stacked full of state studs, as I like to call them. And yeah, some really good games. Although we had a few lean seasons, there was plenty of good times as well.
Definitely, what we were just talking about, the win against Forestville stands out to me. The year we made the finals. You know, they had two big fellas in Reedy and Pero, and were looking good. But we got the win on the back of a double header. And then, but that's not the important thing. I think after that we went out and Clarke had the prestigious Darren Carroll yellow shirt, which made an appearance at the pier that night. And yeah, celebrated hard, and all I remember is Clarke on the dance floor in his yellow shirt and swinging it around his head, and that's probably my main memory.
Well, definitely our best year was 09, or geez, I don't know, 08 maybe. The Norwood game that we beat them, and when we had Jacob and Boggs was playing. The South game that year when he hit that three-pointer to put us up, I think it was. And the West game after Baden was born, and we were written off by a certain journalist who decided to trash us in the paper.
But out of district, University Games, Newcastle, Grand Final, got the silver medal, I reckon.
Perception out there that he's the greatest, nicest guy ever, but it's I don't think that's true at all. I mean, yeah, he's a good bloke, but I always think about the time he left me high and dry in the city when I was just a 16-year-old little kid after one of my first ABA games, and the older fellas took me out, and like he said, he'd look after me for the night, and after a few beers just left me stranded on Grenfell Street at the front of the old exchange to hop in a taxi full of girls to go to the next place. So, you know, he's just, don't believe everything you hear about the
Oh my God! I didn't think we were allowed to talk about Happy Valley.
Oh, Happy Valley Days. Just read my notes.
Happy Valley. Ooh. No, that was supposed to stay off record with Lachie.
Maddie, I reckon we used to take note of when he washed his shoes. I reckon it was the record was 9 months. 9 months without washing his bed shoes.
Joyce, I don't know what you were doing with him for his first 22 years of his life, but God, nothing rubbed off on him. He was a strong kid. Where do you want me to start? I think about 9 months in to us living together at Happy Valley, I was away for a week for work, and I get home and the bin hadn't been put out, and Matt said, or when I said to him, what are you doing with the bin? He says, oh, I didn't realise we had to put the bin out. And this was 9 months into his stint of living with us. Probably the other thing was the washing machine. We've never used so much water in all my life. Water bill was horrendous, and it turned out that Matt would wash his clothes, let them sit there in the bottom of the tub for up to 2 days, forgot that he'd washed them, and then had to re-wash them again, so he was re-washing stuff 2 or 3 times over because he'd forget to hang it out.